Have you ever met a woman whose quiet confidence and regal stillness create a magnetic pull? Men are drawn to her with a profound, almost primal longing they can't explain, yearning to be near her without understanding why. This isn't fleeting beauty or superficial charm. It's a deeply rooted power, an energy that speaks to the soul. What is this alchemy, and how does a woman cultivate such an enchanting essence? Welcome, my ladies, to Feminine Queen. Here we explore your inner power with timeless wisdom to awaken the sovereign within you. This magnetic feminine energy isn't a mystery for a select few. It's the natural emanation of a woman who has mastered her inner world. Today we'll dive into this energy through the lens of Stoicism, using its principles to build emotional resilience, self-possession, and inner peace that make your presence irresistible. This journey transcends common advice. It's about building an unshakable inner throne to rule your life with grace and wisdom. Your most potent allure isn't chased, it's uncovered and allowed to radiate. This is the path of the true feminine queen, where your serene inner world naturally draws the right love into your life. You're not building a trap for a man, you're creating a kingdom a king would be honored to enter. 1. Sovereign essence. The unassailable throne within. The absolute foundation of this magnetic energy is what I call sovereign essence. This is the profound understanding and embodiment of the Stoic principle that your inner world is your exclusive domain. You are the sole ruler of your thoughts, your responses, and your core sense of self-worth. A woman operating from this place of sovereignty does not seek external validation because she is the source of her own. Imagine a majestic mountain. It does not ask the clouds for permission to be tall, nor does it shrink in the face of a storm. It simply is, rooted, magnificent, and complete in its own existence. You, my queen, are that mountain. You move through the world, not as a candidate auditioning for a role in someone else's life, but as a sovereign ruler of your own. This energy is not about arrogance. It is the quiet, unshakable confidence that comes from radical self-acceptance and self-possession. It's an energetic declaration that you are already whole. This is why a man feels a different kind of pull. He isn't sensing a void he needs to fill, but a potent fullness he is inexplicably drawn to. He doesn't feel the pressure of needing to be your source of happiness, which is incredibly liberating and attractive. He senses that you are not looking for a savior, but perhaps an equal to share a kingdom with. Your completeness is the ultimate allure. 2. Regal stillness, the commanding power of unshakable presence. In a world that screams for attention with frantic energy and constant noise, the feminine queen wields the power of regal stillness. This is the physical and energetic manifestation of a mind disciplined by Stoic practice. A mind that is not tossed about by the chaotic waves of external events or other people's emotions. Think of a deep, crystal-clear lake. Its surface can be disturbed by a passing storm, but its depths remain profoundly calm and undisturbed. This is your presence. You enter a room and you don't feel the need to fill every silence or react to every provocation. You are anchored in your own center. This stillness is not passivity. It is potent, conscious awareness. It communicates an immense inner strength and emotional security that is profoundly magnetic. Men, in particular, are often living in a state of performance and pressure. When they encounter your regal stillness, it feels like an oasis. Your calm presence creates an atmosphere of safety and depth, silently giving them permission to drop their own masks and just be. They don't feel the need to perform for you or entertain you. Instead, they feel an instinctive desire to rest in the sanctuary of your presence. You become the calm center of the storm, the axis around which the world can spin without shaking you. That level of groundedness is rare and therefore priceless. 3. Soul frequency, the inaudible royal decree. Beyond your words, your style, or your accomplishments, there is an invisible yet deeply felt vibrational signature you emit. This is your soul frequency. It is the culmination of your thoughts, your beliefs, your inner peace, and your self-love, all resonating outwards like a unique celestial hum. A feminine queen consciously cultivates this frequency by aligning her actions with her deepest values, a core tenet of Stoicism, which calls it living in accordance with virtue. When you are authentic, whole, and inwardly still, your frequency is clear, coherent, and powerful. This is the language that bypasses the conscious mind and speaks directly to the soul. It communicates your worth, your depth, and your integrity on a level that words never could. For a man, this frequency can feel like coming home to a place he didn't know he was searching for. It resonates with the deepest, most authentic part of his own being, the part that yearns for meaning, connection, and life itself. This is why the attraction feels so inexplicable to him. His logical mind is trying to find the reason. Is it her looks, her job, her humor? But the true reason is that his soul has recognized the royal decree of her soul frequency. It's an inaudible broadcast that declares her inherent value, commanding respect, and igniting a profound, unexplainable longing. 4. Sacred authenticity, the courage of the unedited self. In our hyper-curated world of filters and facades, your most potent and disarming power is your sacred authenticity. The feminine queen rejects the exhausting and soul-crushing masquerade of perfection. She understands that true strength lies not in hiding her flaws, but in courageously owning her entire story, the light, the shadow, the scars, and the brilliance. This is not about messy, performative vulnerability. It's the quiet, dignified courage to stand in your unvarnished truth. It is the stoic virtue of truthfulness applied to the self. She has done the inner work to face her own imperfections and insecurities, not with judgment, but with acceptance. This act of radical self-acceptance is catastrophically magnetic because it is so rare. When a man encounters this level of realness, it silences all pretense. He is met not with a carefully constructed image he has to decipher, but with a deeply real human being. This authenticity creates an irresistible field of genuine connection, whispering, "This is who I am, and I am enough." This gives him the profound and often unconscious permission to be his true self in return, creating a foundation of trust and intimacy from the very first interaction. Her realness isn't a weakness to be exploited. It's the luminous, unshakable signature of a soul that has bravely claimed its own throne. 5. The alchemy of wholeness, attraction beyond need. A fundamental shift occurs when a woman transitions from seeking love out of a sense of lack to attracting love from a state of wholeness. This is the alchemy of wholeness. A woman who is not a feminine queen often operates from a place of subtle neediness. She needs validation to feel worthy. She needs a partner to feel complete. She needs rescue from her own perceived inadequacies. This energy, no matter how well disguised, feels heavy and draining to a man of substance. The feminine queen, however, has used her stoic tools to build a life of meaning, purpose, and inner fulfillment for herself, by herself. She is not a barren vessel seeking to be filled. She is an overflowing fountain. When she enters the space of connection, she radiates a palpable energy of self-sufficiency and inner abundance. This is incredibly attractive because it doesn't place a burden on a man. He doesn't feel the weight of responsibility to fix her, complete her, or be the sole source of her joy. Instead, he feels the liberating invitation to simply stand in the warmth of her light. and share in her abundance. Her presence becomes a mirror, not reflecting his ego, but inspiring him to connect with his own capacity for depth and wholeness. Love, for you, my queen, is not a strategy for survival. It is a sovereign choice, a delightful expansion, a sacred dance between two complete souls. All right, feminine queens, thank you for being the heart of this incredible community. We wouldn't be here without your likes, comments, and shares. Keep that powerful energy flowing, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and share. I love you forever for it. 6. Shadow and Light Coronation, integrating your dark jewels. True sovereignty demands dominion over your entire inner kingdom, not just the sunlit gardens, but also the forgotten, shadowed chambers. A feminine queen courageously undertakes the journey of shadow work, which is the practice of bringing your hidden aspects, your pain, your fears, your anger, your perceived flaws, into the light of conscious awareness. This aligns perfectly with the Stoic practice of unflinching self-examination. She doesn't banish these parts of herself, she invites them to the throne room, listens to their wisdom, and integrates them with compassion. She understands that her past wounds, when healed, become sources of profound empathy. Her fierceness, when honed, becomes her power to protect her peace. Her vulnerabilities, when owned, become gateways to true intimacy. This integration is the ultimate act of self-reclamation. It shatters the brittle facade of false perfection and replaces it with the diamond-hard strength of authentic wholeness. Her energy becomes richer, more complex, and undeniably real. A man senses this profound inner peace. He feels the solidity of a woman who is not at war with herself. Her shadow is no longer a liability hidden in the dark. It becomes a collection of dark, exquisite jewels in her crown, adding mesmerizing facets to her radiant light. 7. Effortless allure, the royal loophole of non-striving. Here lies the great paradox and the ultimate secret of the feminine queen's magnetism. Her allure is effortless. It is a natural consequence of her being, not a result of her doing. She understands the Stoic principle that happiness and virtue are found in the process, not the outcome. She focuses on cultivating her inner kingdom, her peace, her authenticity, her wholeness, without the anxious attachment to being found attractive. The allure is simply the beautiful byproduct of her inner state. She does not try to be magnetic. She is magnetic because she is fully, unapologetically, and peacefully herself. There is no desperate chase, no manipulative game, no strategic performance. She rests in the serene certainty of her own value, allowing her unique soul frequency to emanate without impediment. This profound lack of striving creates a field of relaxation and authenticity around her that is deeply disarming. Men are exhausted by the games of modern dating. When they encounter a woman who is not playing one, who is simply existing in her own magnificent power, it is a breath of fresh air. They are drawn not to what she does to get their attention, but to the deep, resonant reality of who she is. 8. Regal compassion, the heartbeat of sovereign leadership. The power of a feminine queen is not cold or isolating. It is warmed by the heartbeat of regal compassion. This is not the weak, bleeding heart sympathy that depletes her, but a wise, discerning empathy that strengthens her reign. It is the Stoic virtue of justice and kindness in action. She understands that true strength can hold a firm boundary with one hand while offering a supportive hand with the other. She leads in her relationships and communities not by force, but by inspiring loyalty through genuine care and understanding. Her compassion is a force that nurtures growth, heals wounds, and creates an environment where others feel seen and valued. This expansive kindness does not diminish her power, it amplifies it, creating a realm built on trust and mutual respect. Her ability to feel deeply yet act wisely makes her a true leader of the heart. This blend of strength and softness is a potent combination that inspires profound devotion as it speaks to a man's desire for a partner who is both a fortress and a sanctuary. Timeless wisdom, the crown of eternal insight. A feminine queen is crowned not with gold and jewels, but with timeless wisdom. This is the deep, intuitive intelligence that comes from a life of reflection, learning, and attunement to the rhythms of the universe. She is a student of life guided by the stoic pursuit of Sophia, or wisdom. Her decisions are not swayed by fleeting trends or chaotic emotions. They are rooted in clarity, foresight, and a profound understanding of human nature. Her mind is a fortress of calm in the midst of chaos, capable of discerning the truth beneath layers of illusion. She honors the lessons of the past, lives fully in the present, and builds consciously for the future. This timeless wisdom infuses her every word and action with an irresistible authority. People seek her counsel not because she has all the answers, but because her presence helps them find their own. For a man, engaging with a woman of such wisdom is an exhilarating experience. It challenges him, elevates him, and makes him feel like he is in the presence of someone who can see not just who he is, but who he has the potential to become. 10. Sacred celebration, the joyful reign of presence. Finally, to reign as a feminine queen is to reign with joy. It is to embody a radiant aliveness that finds the sacred in the ordinary. She practices the stoic art of appreciating the present moment, understanding that it is the only place where life truly exists. Her laughter is not a performance. It is a genuine expression of a spirit that is at peace. She transforms daily routines into sacred rituals, whether it's savoring her morning coffee, moving her body with intention, or engaging her creativity. This joyful presence is an antidote to the cynicism and heaviness of the world. It is infectious, uplifting, and incredibly attractive. It breaks down barriers and invites others to share in the lightness of being. Her reign is not a heavy burden of responsibility, but a jubilant celebration of her own worth and the abundant beauty of existence. She reminds a man of the joy he may have forgotten, reigniting his own passion for life. Through her sacred celebration of the now, she magnifies her magnetic grace and demonstrates that true power is, above all, a joyful state of being. The journey to embodying this potent feminine energy, my ladies, is not about following a checklist or mastering a set of techniques. As you've seen, it is a profound internal transformation, a shift from seeking validation outside to cultivating an unshakable kingdom within. The principles of sovereign essence, regal stillness, and sacred authenticity are not masks to wear, but truths to embody. This power I speak of is not something you need to acquire. It is your birthright, waiting to be claimed. It is the natural state that emerges when you commit to the stoic path of self-mastery, emotional resilience, and living a life of virtue and purpose. You are a feminine queen, and your power lies in the quiet, unshakable truth of your own being. Here, on the Feminine Queen channel, we are dedicated to being your guide on this transformative path. We believe that true feminine power is the most formidable and beautiful force on earth, and our mission is to provide you with the timeless wisdom to unlock it. This is your space to build that inner throne, to fortify your spirit, and to connect with a sisterhood of women who are also committed to their reign. The Stoic path provides the framework, but it is your courage and commitment that will build the kingdom. Remember, the goal isn't to make a man fall in love with you, but to fall so deeply in love with your own life, your own soul, and your own power, that he would be a fool not to want to be a part of it. Now, I want you to reflect for a moment. As you listened today, what one principle resonated most deeply with your spirit? Which aspect of the feminine queen are you most excited to cultivate in your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights enrich this community and inspire every woman who reads them. If this message has served you, show your support by hitting that like button, subscribing to Feminine Queen, and ringing the notification bell so you never miss a chapter in your royal journey. Go forward and remember who you are. You are not a petitioner asking for a seat at the table. You are the one who owns the room. You are not a reflection in a man's eye. You are the sun that illuminates the entire world. Cultivate your inner kingdom with diligence, rule it with compassion, and celebrate it with joy. Your reign has already begun.